Hey, Dr. E. So I did my paper on how death care professionals get burnt out really easy in this industry. I found this article from a man named Joel Simone Anthony. He starts off with just saying that as death care professionals, our job is to help people experiencing personal loss and understand what is happening and move through this grieving process with all intent and all the support that we can give. However, this job comes with a lot of burdens, and one of those burdens is that as funeral professionals, we don't get paid that much. Another thing that stuck out to me reading this article was how we really need to rely on our coworkers and have an out in this industry. And the last thing that stuck out to me was how if a funeral professional leaves, how that takes a toll on other funeral professionals. Relating this to me, my family has owned Miller Funeral Home since 1970. That's when my granddad opened it, and my dad took over in 2018. So I've been around the funeral industry my entire life. I've watched my granddad and my dad both, take this in, and I honestly know that it has never been about the money to them. And for me personally, it has never been about the money. For about the year that I've worked there, I have put everything on the line for the funeral home, and I want to help every single family that walks in the door. I throw everything personal aside. When that person or that family walks in, I want to be 110% there with them, full attention with them. Now, if I do have some other stuff going on, this is where coming in comes in, where I need my coworker. Say if I've got 3 families coming in that day, I will bring my coworker up there and I'll say, hey, I need you to post this obituary for me. I need you to order this casket for me. I need you to go process this cremation for me. And they'll do it. I mean, they stop what they're doing and they're like, Ashlyn, what can I do to help you? Because, we're there for each other. Going back to, this job isn't just a paycheck to me. There has been someone that has worked for us where I know for a fact that this job is just a paycheck to him. When he was doing arrangements with families, he wouldn't ask them about slideshows, wouldn't ask them about folders, wouldn't ask them about an obituary picture, wouldn't get personal in their obituary. And it got to the point for me when I saw this happening, I was like, hey, I don't want you waiting on families anymore. And then he did end up leaving because he said that it was just not enough money for him. This job was just too much for him. And that's fine. It's not for everybody. But for me, even if it's going to take me 2 hours to finish a slideshow or 2 hours to finish memorial folders and I have other stuff to do, I'm still going to do it because I want to personalize this funeral for their loved one. And I think they deserve it. The last thing that I want to talk about is when a coworker leaves. For example, this coworker left. Me and my dad had to do everything because our other coworker was on maternity leave. In the funeral industry these days, nobody wants to do this, and that's fine. That's totally fine. But that leaves a minimum. That leaves us two, me and my dad. And so we were doing every funeral, every death certificate, everything. And that's fine. But we had to stay there late at night. But we wanted to do that because we care about our family so much. And throughout this article, it just talks about how we need to keep personalizing these funerals, keep pushing for our families, having that out. My out is going to the gym after work, running off some steam. It really helps me. And I come home and I feel so much better and I'm ready for the next day. I really learned a lot from this article. I would suggest it to anybody, feeling down about the funeral industry. It really helped me, pick back up because I notice myself slipping off sometimes, and that's okay. But I just have to come back and realize that I'm here for my families and I'm ready to do the next day 110%. Thank you.